Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for the national anthem. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming.
You may be seated.
Good morning. It is my pleasure to welcome you to Morgan Park Academy's 149th commencement. Today, we honor the efforts and accomplishments of the graduates here before us. Together with their family and friends, we usher them into the next phase of their lives, and we recognize a class educated in the MPA tradition as independent thinkers and global leaders. Our distinguished guests are such leaders. Welcome to Terry and Maria Slayman, our commencement speakers, and to the family of late Joseph Grassi, this year's recipient of the Richard L. Duchossois Integrity and Values Alumni Award. Welcome, MPA faculty and staff, students, family members, and friends, and to our trustees. But most of all, welcome to the class of 2022. Like many of you, I was anxiously anticipating gathering to celebrate the class of 2022. Given the year we've had, yet here we are. As I applaud the accomplishments of our graduating class, today I include as well the parents, extended family members, and the village who helped our graduating class this year. Today's seniors sit before us having weathered a tumultuous high school journey, continually adjusting the ideal of normal, but they made it. When I say welcome to the 149th commencement ceremony, it feels special. It feels like I am welcoming each of us to celebrate the ability to truly enjoy this moment. Regardless of how challenging the year has been, today is a celebration, and I welcome you to take this moment to do so. I am proud of this class, along with the faculty, staff, and families, now become part of the Academy's legacy of resilience and perseverance. And when I think of the class, and in fact of Morgan Park Academy as a whole, I think of the importance of service. Our community works hard to maintain a culture of giving back to others, and this year was no exception. Students give their time, talent, and treasure at home and away in service of causes larger than themselves. They did service work on campus, in our community, and across the country during Project Week. To graduate, All of these young women and men behind me were required to complete 80 hours of service, and most of them soared well over that benchmark. I am so very proud of the class of 2022 for not only reaching their own individual goals, but for always finding ways to help others along the way. I would also like to say farewell and thank you to Heidi Yernberg, our Board of Trustees Chair, and to Harriet Arnold, one of the bedrocks of our lower school for nearly 40 years, as they retire from the Academy. The leadership, caring, and support of the MPA community, students, family, faculty, and staff that Heidi and Harriet have provided has impacted countless members of our community and truly has helped to make our school what it is today. And finally, to the class of 2022, I would say, as you embark on your collegiate lives, focus on all you've learned this year, the relationships that have helped and sustained you, and the person that you have become in spite of the challenges. Remember the parents and teachers who helped you along the way and who contributed so widely to your experience. We all see that in practice every day at MPA, and I encourage you to carry that lesson forward with you as our newly minted independent thinkers and global leaders. Morgan Park Academy's highest award for alumni is the Richard L. Duchossois Integrity and Values Alumni Award, given annually in recognition of Mr. Duchossois' lifetime achievements, outstanding professional success, and service to the Academy, his community, and society. Mr. Duchossois' example of accomplishments and service has for decades inspired classmates and colleagues, and has inspired all of us here at Morgan Park Academy to ensure that his beloved alma mater stays true to the mission and values that have guided us for nearly a century and a half. 6 months ago, Mr. Duchossois passed away at the age of 100, leaving behind a legacy that will live on. We will miss him here at MPA. Today's recipient of the Duchossois Award is Mr. Joseph Grassi of the class of 1943. Mr. Grassi embodied the Academy's tradition of service, leadership, and lifelong learning, and was a dedicated supporter of our students, teachers, and school mission for decades. Drafted into the U.S. Army during his freshman year at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, he earned a Purple Heart and Bronze Medal for his service in World War II, spending his 21st birthday in active combat in Okinawa, Japan. Mr. Grassi earned a law degree and built a successful career in retail management and real estate, overseeing operations for small Chicagoland grocery store chains. An avid reader, boater, and editor of mystery novels, he enjoyed retirement alongside his wife of 51 years, Linda. We were saddened of his passing a few years ago and are so glad that his niece is able to be here with us today to accept this award on his behalf. Excuse me. Please help me welcome Lizeth Turk.
Good afternoon, graduates, faculty, and esteemed alumni. On behalf of the Grassi family, I wanted to extend my sincere gratitude to the Board of Trustees, the head of school, Mrs. Shepard, and all of you gathered here today for honoring my Uncle Joseph Grassi, class of 43. My Uncle Joe spoke of his time at Morgan Park Academy often and fondly. Throughout his life, he always remembered the foundation he built while attending the Academy, a foundation of strength, discipline, and meticulous organization. These traits defined him throughout his life and directly led him to be the successful man and husband that he was. Upon graduation, Joe was enrolled at the University of Illinois before being drafted to the war in 1944, midway through his second semester. He served in active combat in Okinawa, and for his time and service in the war, he was awarded the Purple Heart and Bronze Medal. He was honorably discharged in 1945. When he returned stateside, he picked up where he left off with his studies at U of I, but was forced to spend some time in New Mexico because of a medical diagnosis due to the war. While in New Mexico, though, my uncle earned a law degree, in his words, for fun. And upon his recovery, Joe, a stickler for detail and process, completed his degree at U of I as well. One of many lessons that Joe learned here at the Academy was to see a job through. He prided himself on accuracy, integrity, and meticulousness. Joe's professional life was a collection of successes found in retail management and real estate fields. It was no surprise that the lessons he learned at the Academy served him throughout his career, and this fact was never lost on him in his continued support of the Academy. His loyalty to the Academy ran deep. It was during this time as well that Joe was heavily involved with the Belzikis Museum of Lithuanian Culture, due largely in part to his lifelong friendship with Morgan Park Academy classmate Stanley Belzikis. While their friendship was formed at the Academy, their shared experience and Academy Foundation saw their friendship throughout their lifetimes. In his retirement, Joe immersed himself in boating and spent countless hours on his summer house, the Snowy Owl, docked at DuSable Harbor. Both Joe and his wife Linda enjoyed being on the water and amassed many travels on the Snowy Owl. As a steward for the community, even in his retirement, Joe spent his free time editing manuscripts and reading, a lifelong passion. Joe Grassi led a long, rich life that was built on pillars in which he was taught at Morgan Park Academy. It was here that he learned how to be detail-oriented. He learned loyalty. He learned how to be a fair and good man. Joe was always so grateful to be able to be a friend to the Academy, to ensure that all of the students that came after him could also benefit from the same lessons he felt so fortunate to have learned. Having the opportunity to tour the fantastic Academy Museum, I am acutely aware of just how much the Academy has changed and evolved into this beautiful institution that it is today. As you sit here on your graduation day with endless possibilities and opportunity ahead, I implore you all to hold on to the lessons that you've learned here, make them your foundation, and go change the world. But also, please remember that no matter how far you go and how great you all will become, Morgan Park Academy will always be a home to you, as it was my uncle's. On behalf of the entire Grassi family, we are honored and humbled by your generous recognition of Joe and his contributions to the school. I know if you were here today, you would be full of pride and gratitude. Thank you again, and to the class of 2022, good luck. We can't wait to see how you all change the world.
Thank you, Mrs. Turk. It is now my pleasure to welcome Maria and Terry Slayman of the class of 1977 to give this year's commencement address. High school sweethearts for the past 45 years, Maria and Terry attended Morgan Park Academy and Iowa State University before building a life and raising a family over several decades in Columbus, Ohio. Terry started and ran a private practice as a family physician for 28 years, with Maria running the office and keeping the books. He then transitioned to Ohio Health, the leading healthcare system in Central Ohio, where he rose to the position of Senior Medical Director of Ambulatory Care. In recent years, he also has worked as an executive coach. After helping to run the family practice, Maria also worked as a family service manager at the nation's largest chapter of Ronald McDonald's House Charities, a non-for-profit dedicated to supporting families with sick children in their time of need. In addition to spending time with family, the second half of their journey together includes a recent move to Tucson, Arizona, and more time for travel, including hiking all over North America, South America, and Europe, and immersing themselves in the cultures and countries. Please help me welcome Terry and Maria Slayman.
so much for that kind introduction. It is an honor to stand here before you and celebrate with you. This is a special moment for you, the class of 2022, your family, and the faculty of Morgan Park Academy. Terry and I graduated 45 years ago as the class of 1977. A lot of time has passed, and we have continued to hold MPA dear in our hearts. We have been looking forward to this moment with excitement.
So how cool is this? Really, how cool is this? It's a beautiful day, beautiful ceremony, and it's all for your efforts and achievements over the past 4 years. We are all here together to celebrate your time at MPA. How does that really feel right now, at this time and space? How does it feel to know that you are graduating? All right, we got one clap. All right, one person clap. Really, feel this moment in entirety. You're done. Are you happy? Are you sad? A little anxious? A little nervous? Or are you thinking about the next graduation party? Okay, all right. But, let it out. Go ahead, let it out. Feel free. Give yourself a round of applause for what you've accomplished. High five your friends, fist bump, elbow bump, whatever you guys do. Me, honestly, as you can tell, I'm pretty nervous standing up here in front of a bunch of people that don't know either of us and who I don't really know. It's kind of a hard task for a couple of introverts to give a commencement address for a couple, when we prefer to listen, watch, and observe. But with your help and understanding, some support, and maybe a little input here and there, we'll get through it and survive. So again, let's pause and take in this moment. Seniors, I want you to look around. What do you see right now? The open expanse of Jones Bowl, which you've probably crossed innumerable times. Hanson Hall, Alumni Hall, structures where you've learned, laughed, and maybe cried. This oasis here in Beverly Morgan Park has served as your home for connecting with friends and faculty. Please, take it all in right now, each of you. What are you remembering? What are you reflecting on as you gaze across campus? And then what are you hearing? You hear kids playing over there on the playground? Perhaps the slam of lockers? Some laughter in the halls, maybe? Or perhaps that deep, calming voice of your favorite teacher? I know as we stand here, Maria and I also have fantastic memories that are flowing through our minds. It's just such a remarkable setting, an environment that is a vital part of our story.
Yes, I agree with you, Terry. There are so many feelings that come to me as I stand here today. I enjoyed being a part of something so great and special as MPA. I flourished and grew as a person here because of my time. When we returned for a commencement 4 years ago, we came back to revisit some of our old haunts. I wanted to pull a John Mayer and run through the halls of my high school and scream at the top of my lungs. And I did it, wearing high heels. Fortunately, no one was on the third floor of Hanson Hall at the time. It wasn't one of my most graceful moments. But it felt so good to get back to those days of high school and know that I was in a good place with the energy of a future yet to behold itself.
So I hope you all can feel Maria's emotions and excitement of being here with you guys today. Seniors, I also hope you're sensing your own emotions, for again, life is being lived right now. How do you feel knowing that one chapter of your life is ending and you're transitioning on to the next? And you in the audience as well, parents, faculty, family members, friends. What are you personally feeling and sensing at this very moment? Are you happy? Filled with joy? Are you filled with pride for your kids, these seniors? Are you kind of sad that maybe they're growing up just a little bit too fast? Again, time passes far too quickly, which makes the present moment that much more meaningful. So let's embrace this moment in time, for we've all come together to experience this celebration. But if I may, I want to reminisce just a little bit and take you back 45 years to 1977. A little historical context, because I know you guys weren't around. The world was first introduced to Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, the Empire. The first Star Wars movie was introduced in May of that year. Apple actually introduced their first personal computer. They called it the Apple II. And gas prices per usual, were soaring, but they're up to a whopping 69 cents a gallon. The music rage was disco. Casey and the Sunshine Band, Donna Summer, Earth, Wind and Fire, Bee Gees, of course. And there was this English guy, Elton John, who was cranking out hits even without the help of Dua Lipa. 45 years ago, Maria and I were in your shoes. Exactly this time and place. We paraded actually up here in Jones Bowl, sat down there in almost the same area that the crowd is today. The presenters were up on the steps of what at that time was the Beverly Arts Center. I remember being a very warm day. I had my Johnny Carson suit on, my first suit, under a shiny red gown. We sat through speeches like this, accepted our diplomas, what our names are called, flipped our tassels, and stood along the edge of the bowl following the ceremony. There were smiles and congratulations for friends, from friends, and then it was over. Sadly, I actually felt sort of lost, realizing that my time at MPA had come to an end. I had been here for about 9 years. I had so many wonderful memories of MPA flashing through my mind. I truly had mixed emotions. So Maria, I'm kind of curious, what are your memories of graduation day? And really, what kind of fond memories do you have of MPA and that chapter of your life?
Well, graduation reminds me of my journey through MPA. I arrived as a freshman, naive and shy after attending the Chicago Public Schools. As the oldest of 3, I was forging the way for my sisters who would also attend MPA. My freshman year, I joined the choir just to be a part of something, but was so insecure that I lip-synced through all the rehearsals and performances. To this day, I don't know if I'm a soprano or an alto. Playing volleyball and Spanish club were activities that helped me grow and gain confidence. Mrs. Gustafson, my Spanish teacher, helped me to better understand my Hispanic heritage. Mary Kate, Sharon, BJ, and Tanya are friends that I still think of fondly. During my high school years, I grew and prospered. I studied in Spain. I was part of the undefeated national volleyball team and created several issues in a compendium. In June of 1977, I left more confident and excited to write the next chapter of my life. I left MPA more secure, self-assured, and prepared.
And then quickly, how did I get here? My family had transitioned from Cincinnati, Ohio. My parents, both being educators, were unsatisfied with the public schools education I received my first year in Illinois. Thus, my chapter at MPA began in the 4th grade and did not end until where you seniors are today. I also have numerous fond memories of my years on campus. A strong foundation of relationships, learning, and play, all molded together to create years of amazing experiences here at MPA. Numerous faculty also affected my development. Mrs. Theodore, who I believe has her name on several bricks over there, was my first teacher, who introduced me to the rigors of MPA. Mrs. Hershenhorn, my 5th grade teacher, who inspired me to learn as much as I could. Mr. Moss introduced me to human anatomy and thus started me on my road to medicine. Coaches Dasco, Sadoff, and Jones, who pushed me to compete athletically and in life. Dr. Torres for Math, and Ms. Dolan for French. I continue to recall wonderful times with innumerable friends and classmates, Chuck, Claude, and Vic in particular. But the names of our teachers and friends from the 70s are obviously different from those who have impacted today's seniors, yet the overriding themes are ever present. I learned a lot during my time here. The relationships I developed bring back my biggest and brightest smiles. I am so grateful for my time and all my experiences here at MPA.
And gratitude plays an important part of my life too. Gratitude, by definition, is a warm feeling of thankfulness to the world and to specific individuals. There are 3 actions of gratitude. First, identify and appreciate the good things in your life. Second, express your gratitude to those who have affected your life. And third, improve your actions as a result of those interactions with others. This is an exercise I try to practice often. Tim McGraw said it very well. Don't take for granted the love this life gives you. When you get where you're going, don't forget to turn back around and help the next one in line. Always stay humble and kind. Terry and I wanted to see what this graduating senior class was grateful for. With the help of Mrs. Emily Drown, we were able to get a compilation of their thoughts. We noted several recurring themes. Many students felt like this was their second home. MPA gave them a sense of community and support. The graduates were grateful for the friendships and relationships that they developed. They loved the variety of experiences that added to their growth. And of course, it was fun. I would like to take a few moments to read some of their comments. I would love to include them all, but in the interest of time, I will just read a few. One student wrote, "I am grateful for my mother, my teachers, and my amazing peers who have made this journey one to remember. I am forever grateful for this astounding institution that has made me the man that I am today." Another wrote, "I want to express my gratitude to Mrs. Fahey, Mrs. Drown, Miss Desai, Miss Rathy, Miss Yoon, and the rest of the teachers. They not only educated me as a teacher, but they supported me throughout my path." "My friends made me excited to come to school every day despite all the early mornings. To amazing family, teachers, and especially friends, thank you all for making me feel loved and appreciated." "I am so happy to say that I've had the support when I've asked for it and the push when I've needed it from our amazing teachers like Dr. Kickmall, Dr. Zhao, and Mrs. Panic, just to name a few." Another wrote, I remember being a really awkward, lanky freshman who was too nervous to start a conversation. Now I'm a bearded senior, ready to go off to college and take on the world by storm. Hopefully it won't rain too much. All of the teachers I've had have been kind and understanding. I am fortunate to have been able to have been taught by such warm-hearted individuals. Mrs. Panic, Senora Harris, Mr. Villanueva, Miss Terry, Miss Shazzy, and Zhao Laoshi have been incredible and talented instructors. Mrs. Drown and Mr. DeHosel have also made MPA feel very comfortable. Whether it was walking to classes with my best friends or traveling the world with my teachers, MPA has provided me with so many wonderful opportunities that I know I wouldn't have received anywhere else. Although I look forward to the next chapter of my life, it's hard to say goodbye, and I know MPA will forever be a second home to me. And lastly, as I walk out of MPA into the vast unknown, I have everlasting friends, a love for education, and the happiness of knowing that there is a place in this country where truly anybody can flourish. If that isn't life-changing, I don't know what is.
It's so wonderful to kind of hear their words and the actual words and feel the emotions of these kids, these seniors. They all grew and changed at their time here at MPA. Again, in the 70s, our growth and feelings were quite similar to those of these graduates. We may have had different teachers and different friends, yet the change was still present. The greatest change in my personal life occurred February 3rd, 1976, the second floor landing of Hanson Hall. Maria and I were squeezed together by our mutual friends as we headed over here to Alumni Hall. I am so grateful for that single life-changing moment. MPA brought me the love of my life, my high school sweetheart.
From then on, the story of my life became the story of our lives. We became one. So MPA gave us our start, not just as a couple, but a start on our journey through life. We were taught how to learn, how to work with others. We were taught how to compete with dignity. We were taught integrity, pride, passion, honor, and trust. We, like you, had wonderful role models and teachers. We had wonderful friends to ride the ups and downs of high school. We were definitely different as seniors than we were as freshmen. We had grown, matured, and were new and improved, all by our years here at MPA. Change is inevitable, and our change, fostered by our time here at MPA, was foundational to the story of our lives.
So seniors, your time here at MPA has given you that strong foundation that will help you as you write the story of your life. For you are the author of your life. You are your story. You create it and edit it each and every day, and it shows in how you live. You are constantly making revisions to your story, consciously and even unknowingly. You have your own personal perspective of your world. As you intentionally make choices, you compose and draft the plot and subplots of your story. You bring in new characters, new experiences, new ideas, and new themes. Your chapter at MPA is coming to a close. This wonderful ceremony is a culmination of all the hard work, good and bad times that have occurred during your years here at MPA. Please, again, take a moment and reflect on all of the people in your lives who have been with you in your story. Your parents, your friends, your best friends, acquaintances, and of course, your teachers. So again, I'm going to indulge me for a second. Seniors, please take a moment, look to your left, at those to your left. Then maybe look at those to your right. It gets better. Gaze out at everybody in front of you. Now, some of you can take a peek behind you, others don't have to. Everyone here today is part of your life's journey, and most of those near and dear to your heart have been part of this chapter of your life. What do these observations tell you? Your story is really not all just about you. You really are not the only character in your story. You've become more aware of yourself and more alert as to who you are and what your abilities are from the contact you've had with all the folks here at MPA. So MPA is not just the setting of this chapter, it is the heart and the soul that has helped to create the you, the protagonist of your story.
And think of how you, and indeed your story, has changed. How many of you entered high school thinking that you were going to be wearing masks to go to class? How many of you were planning on remote learning and Zoom classes for a good portion of your time? How many anticipated receiving nasal or oral swabs weekly just to be able to enter the grounds? And these are just changes related to an unexpected pandemic. I bet none of you imagined a chapter of your life dealing with these scenarios, and deal with them you did. You made it, in reality, you conquered it. You had help from your parents, friends, and especially the faculty, but yet you completed your education, learning not just math, sciences, and languages. You learned you can effectively deal with change and deal with chaos, and change is a constant.
And many fear change. We are often unable to control the many events that affect our lives. Change can bring about cynicism, powerlessness, isolation, and hopelessness. The American philosopher and psychologist William James said, quote, "We can change our circumstances by a mere change in our attitude," unquote. We are thus responsible for the decisions and the choices we make around those events. I would suggest that change is an opportunity. Change is a challenge to develop new ground rules, new parameters to live by, an opportunity for growth, an opportunity to create new themes in your life story. Be the change you want to see. Well thought out words from Mahatma Gandhi. Life is messy, life is uncertain, and each of you will survive the chaos and daily changes of life given the solid foundation you received not only here at MPA, but from your parents, your families, and your culture. So again, based on that solid foundation, you can now look toward the next chapter or chapters of your life. Your future is not simply a repetition of the past you. Your time here at MPA has helped to develop you as a visionary. What is your dream? That deep, visceral yearning that will drive you forward. So again, I'm going to ask you guys to participate here a little bit. I want you to individually think about what is it that just gets you going in the morning? What is it that gives you goosebumps? What makes you feel like you're on top of it? Is it the excitement generated when you hit that game-winning shot at the buzzer? Perhaps the adrenaline rush that overwhelms you as you scream your head off, plumbing 200 feet on the roller coaster at Six Flags? Maybe those don't quite resonate with you, so let's try this one. Everybody has that favorite song that really gets you going. It's yours. They wrote it for you. So imagine you're all by yourself. You've got your headphones on, volumes cranked out. You know you're either singing out as loud as you can or dancing and moving the beat like no one is watching, or perhaps you're driving too fast down the interstate, ignoring these speed limits. So again, I want you to imagine that song. Imagine the feeling of that song, that scenario. You two parents, faculty, of course, I'm sure you guys got one. And Ms. Shepard, I'm sure you've got a few songs going through your head right now. I can see you dancing around your office. So what does that feel like? We've all been in that moment when we're totally letting go, feeling the rhythm, the words, the beat. It's pure nirvana. It's pure ecstasy. That is the exact same energy and thrill you can utilize to imagine your dreams coming to fruition. That is the excitement that captivates your thoughts as you envision and then create the next chapter of being you. Dreams come first, then reality is your stage on which to craft your future. Your future story will be enhanced by new characters, new settings, new subplots, and even themes that you are totally unaware of at this point. Yet you are the constant. It's your dream. It's your story. Think it, go for it. If it feels right, it's gonna happen. Our imagination is for a life of meaning, a life of joy, which is based upon who you've been and who you are at this present moment. Future goals and dreams are based on our life's virtues and values, those that we hold most dear to our hearts. By creating a life with these values, your values, you can honor the past, celebrate the present moment, and design the future that you desire. As the fourth Roman Emperor Claudius has stated, every man is the architect of his future. I personally also love the quote, the best way to predict the future is to invent it.
Terry and my storyline has changed many times and in many ways throughout our years together. We have adjusted to change in the chaos of life, whether the cause was internal or external, similar to what you all have done here during your time at MPA. Our chapters were written to the best of our ability, given the reality of the time. Throughout our story, we adhered to our values, our ultimate goals, and stayed true to ourselves and to each other. We have, and still have, many dreams and goals that we strive for. We have also come to understand that the goal, the dream, is important. However, the journey, the daily experience, is really what creates that story worth living. Most recently, we moved from our home of 35 years in Columbus, Ohio, to Tucson, Arizona, a move that is somewhat scary yet invigorating. We know no one, are not sure if we are retired or simply entering a gap year. We might be looking for that new mountain to climb. What we do know is that we are enjoying the challenge, the journey, and creating that new chapter in our story. Who knows how this chapter will flow? We just know that by living our goals, our values, and being together, we will continue to build on that wonderful institution or foundation that this institution, MPA, has helped us build. Thank you, MPA, for giving us the tools to write, craft, and live our story.
So in closing, we'd like to thank Mrs. Shepard, Vincent Hermosillo, the entire MPA family for the opportunity to speak today. We'd like to thank the faculty for all of their hard work. We may not know you guys individually, however, given our past experiences, we know that MPA only hires the best, most caring teachers anywhere. We would also like to thank the parents, friends, and family for all of the support you've given this institution and these seniors. Without you, none of this would be possible. Please celebrate yourselves as well with a round of applause.
And of course, we would like to congratulate the class of 2022 for overcoming the chaos and the challenges that the world has presented to you. Each of you have your own wonderful chapter of events and memories here at MPA. You are on to that next chapter in your story, a chapter you will write and create, a chapter that's full of fresh thoughts, grand dreams, new relationships, and unending challenges. A chapter that may not end just as you expect, but you have the tools to make your story a success. How will you write that next chapter? And remember, true life is lived in the moment. This moment is your time to shine. Today is your day. Live in the moment. Enjoy this wonderful sense of accomplishment. Own your success. Own this moment. You have earned it. Everyone has a story. Every story has a theme. Your story will have a theme. Our story has this theme. Life should not be a journey to the grave with the intention of arriving safely in a well-preserved body, but rather to skid in sideways, totally worn out, used up, and screaming, "Woohoo, what a ride!"
So trust your vision, take responsibility for the course of your life, learn how to learn and unlearn and relearn. For remember, someday your life will flash before your eyes. Make sure it's worth watching. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Dr. and Mrs. Slayman. And now we have a few student awards to give as well, starting with the House Cup. Like many schools throughout the world, Morgan Park Academy divides all students, faculty, and staff into 5 houses, named for 5 giants of MPA history. They are Blake House, Malcolm House, Norton House, Theodore House, and Withington House. The house system provides a framework for intramural, athletic, charity, fundraising, and community competitions. Students win points for participating in all facets of school life, including academic achievement, co-curricular involvement, good deeds, and volunteer work. At the end of the year, the house with the most points wins the cup. This year's winner is Theodore House. And here to accept the cup is senior Elijah Davis. The school year's honor and high honor rolls include 2/3 of our upper school students and 87% of our seniors who continued their academic excellence all the way through the end of the school year. Certificates for other upper school students will be mailed home. On the honor roll are students who earned a grade point average of at least 3.3 across all major subjects. Please stand when I call your name. Honorees for the school year include Brooke Anderson, Solana Delgado, Jackson Clanton, and Darren Rogers. You may be seated. On the high honor roll for the school year are students who earned a grade point average of at least 3.7 across all major subjects. The class of 2022 is well represented. Please stand when I call your name. Christopher Carter, Tiffany Chen, Jada Clayton, Elijah Davis, Rory Desmond, Chelsea Dunlap, Celia Echoes, Ignatius Gaffman, Brooklyn Godfrey, Dylan Hagan, Fez Hashmi, Anya Haynes, Christian McAdope, Monica Costa, DJ King, Lydia Liu, Merlin Moe, Gigi Rabati, Hannah Sipich, and Mia Wallace. You may be seated. Overall academic distinction prizes go to the students in each upper school class with the highest academic average for the school year. Their names are placed on an honor plaque in Alumni Hall. This year's freshman winners are Chase Canoni and Madison Elimine. In the sophomore class, Aaron Harris. In the junior class, Michaela Elimine. And in our senior class, Monica Costa. We also survey the upper school as a whole for 3 scholar awards in the form of gold, silver, and bronze medals given to students with the highest academic averages in the upper school this year. The bronze medal goes to Andrew Cabrera. The silver medal goes to Michaela Elimine. And the gold medal goes to Monica Costa. The Jerome Thrall Junior Leadership Award is the most prestigious award given to students at the end of their junior year. It rewards faithfulness to the MPA tradition of excellence in citizenship, superior scholarship, and dedication to the enhancement of the common good. Recipients are chosen by the upper school faculty and receive a $4,000 scholarship for their senior year at the academy. Here with us today to help present the awards are Jerome Thrall's daughter, Brooke, his grandson, JT, and JT's wife, Amanda. This year's first recipient of the Thrall Award is an MPA lifer who is a fixture on the honor roll and has been a key piece of the soccer, baseball, and tennis teams. A member of the National Honor Society, he also contributes to Model UN, the math team, Service Council, Investment Club, and is our newly elected Student Council President for next school year. Our first recipient is Andrew Cabrera. Since joining us as a freshman, our second recipient has made an impact in a very talented and high-achieving class. An honor roll student and member of the National Honor Society, she is a member of the volleyball team, Arts Council, Service Council, Model UN, Dance for Life, and the backstage and set design crew for school plays. Outside of school, her love of art includes a poster for the Kenwood Oakland Community Organization that has displayed at the Museum of Science and Industry. Our second recipient is Keone Green. Congratulations to you both. To graduate with cum laude distinction, student must be ranked in the top 20% of the graduating class. Students in the society receive pins and certificates and are wearing gold caps today to signify their membership. This year, cum laude graduates are Tiffany Chen, Celia Eccles, Manav Costa, Lydia Liu, and Merlin Moe. At Morgan Park Academy, we take the study of international affairs seriously. It is a huge part of who we are and what makes us unique. Project Week, Service, the Exchange Program, our classes and faculty, and the study of Spanish, French, and Mandarin begin at the lower school and are key components of the MPA experience. Today, we recognize two of our graduating seniors for their dedication to global citizenship with the Global Scholars Award. Our first recipient was born in China and moved to Chicago when she was 11 years old, and has carried through her teenage years a passion for multiculturalism and world exploration. An inquisitive and multilingual young entrepreneur and community volunteer, she is the author of a bilingual children's book about the life of a young immigrant and a student of international business programs key to her future dreams. Our first recipient is Tiffany Chen. Our second recipient has a passion for world affairs and global politics that made him a tremendous leader for our Model UN chapter and spurred him to explore internationally in Jordan and South Korea and to welcome and learn from our international students. Endlessly curious about cultures from all over the world, he has studied Mandarin and French and is a member of the National Chinese Honor Society. Our second recipient is Monica Costa. The Martin Wolf Service Award is given annually to the senior with the most outstanding record of service to the school and the community. This is quite an impressive group of seniors that we have in the class of 2022. In a class of 27 students, they have recorded nearly 4,000 hours in upper school alone, which averages to more than 160 hours per student. That is twice as much as the graduation requirement of 80 total hours. This is especially impressive considering that some typical service opportunities have been absent during the pandemic. I know that students have been using their creative thinking skills to complete the service hour graduation requirements. The Academy has a long-standing tradition of encouraging service to others that has been in existence since our founding date. The ideal of service is one of those core values that is reinforced in our daily basis through interactions with our unique pre-K through 12th grade community. Students do not pursue service endeavors just because they have to do it. They enjoy doing it. Even the official total of 4,400 service hours does not fully account for all of the service that our seniors have performed. On a daily basis, we have witnessed them actively assisting with their peers, teachers, and staff around campus. So many of these students have willingly donated their own time around campus and their own communities to lend a hand. We can ask any student at any time for help, and they will do so willingly and with a smile on their face. This year's recipient of the Martin Wolf Service Award amassed more than 800 service hours, and surely many more that were not recorded. From his passion project, working with Project Ignite, to his regular hours with organizations such as Regency Home Healthcare and the DuSable Museum of African American History, he has shown a consistent and intentional dedication to serving others. This year's recipient is Christian Ikedoku. The Jean Landon Taylor Alumni Award is presented each year on behalf of the Alumni Association. The bronze plaque goes to a senior scholar in recognition of academic achievement, citizenship, and participation in school activities as determined by vote of the upper school faculty. The award is named in honor of Jean Landon Taylor, who served as an instructor of English and the head of the English department at Morgan Park Military Academy from 1929 to 1945. This year's award goes to Ignatius Gaffman. The Scholarship Award is presented each year to a senior scholar in recognition of scholastic excellence, citizenship, and participation in school activities. It is chosen by vote of the upper school faculty and carries with it a bronze plaque. This year, the award goes to Celia Eccles. The Harry D. Abels Award is presented annually to the class salutatorian based on 4-year cumulative grade point average. The winner receives a silver plaque. The award is named for Colonel Harry Delmont Abels, who joined the faculty of Morgan Park Academy in 1898 under Headmaster William Rainey Harper. Colonel Abels taught chemistry and physics and was instrumental in the recognition of the school in 1914. He served officially as superintendent of Morgan Park Military Academy from 1917 until his retirement in 1945. This year's winner is Tiffany Chin. Finally, the Hayden E. Jones Cup is presented annually to the class valedictorian as determined by the administration based on the 4-year cumulative grade point average. To be eligible, a student must have attended the academy for at least 3 years, including 11th and 12th grade. The winner receives a gold plaque and has his or her name inscribed on the cup. Jones joined the faculty of Morgan Park Academy as an instructor in Latin and history in 1899, while the academy was still part of the University of Chicago. In 1907, as we separated from the university, he joined Colonel Abels in reorganizing the school as Morgan Park Academy. And from 1919 until 1946, he served as superintendent. This beautiful quad was named in his honor in 1937, along with this top student award. This year, the award goes to Monica Costa. Now, please welcome again Monif as he does his valedictorian address. Are you ready?
First, I want to apologize in advance if I get teary or stutter. I've been thinking about this speech for 4 years, so I just want to start by saying good morning. Good morning to the faculty, friends, and families here today who have come to celebrate our long-anticipated graduation. Today, after 4 years of hard work, I have been granted the privilege to speak on behalf of some of the most intelligent, unique, and creative individuals in this city. As we commemorate our graduation, we reflect on 4 years of happiness, adversity, and growth. When we leave today, we'll have begun our leap into adulthood and all the responsibilities that come with it. As we grow into adults and prepare to take on this crazy world and all its challenges, it can be easy to forget just how much MPA has done for us. So let me briefly tell you all a story. A story about a group of individuals who managed to find their path despite all the odds. A story about how our class, the class of 22, has become who we are today. 6 years ago, you would find me anxiously seething under my desk at the prospect of transferring to MPA. I remember fear clouding my vision as I desperately tried to hide from the reality of change. How could I do it? The school my brother graduated from, where all the students wore posh uniforms and had ambitions to change the world, how could I possibly fit in, let alone compete? It was scary, but it was a fear that would immediately be reconciled. Although I went in terrified, all it took was one person to make me realize that the MPA community was a very welcoming place. On the very first day at MPA, the first person I met, the person who made me realize I was probably taking things a little too gravely, obviously it was DJ King. The same person you'd be lucky to not find arguing with me over whatever our dumb debate of the day was, of course, the first person I met at MPA. Now, in the general, loving DJ manner, and he will pretend this didn't happen, but it did, he laughed in my face because of how awkwardly I said hello. Now, this was important, because although he was laughing in my face and I realized I probably needed to work on my socializing skills and get a haircut, he treated me like a friend. He treated me like it was a reunion. So I realized there was a place for me at this school, because honesty was not hard to come by. I made a friend the moment I walked in these doors. You can't say that about many other places. And I'm sure each of us has had a DJ story here at MPA. A classmate who opened us up to the fact that MPA is a community. If not for the bonds we've made at MPA, the class that stands before you today would not be the same. You see, the class of 22, as you see today, is very, very different from the one that came in 2018. I remember when we walked in as freshmen, there was a cold distance between each of us. In my advisory alone, Celia, the student council president, was no sharp leader. Elijah was not the mind-bogglingly hard-working individual we know him as today. He sleeps at like 3 a.m. every night and still managed to get all his homework done. I don't know how he does it. And Brooklyn was not yet the incredibly kind speaker we all relate to. So perhaps we were lucky then to have received the support of some of the kindest teachers in the world. Even beyond what they taught us directly in class, the faculty at MPA could not have done more to support us over the past 4 years. In fact, I doubt any of us would be who we are today if not for our teachers. For me, Dr. Kickmall, although I came into your advisory pessimistic and frankly annoying, you made me realize there's something special about everyone and the power of kindness. Ms. Fahey, although you may not realize it, you serve as a symbol for diligence and strength I, and every student who's ever had you, tries to carry daily. And Ms. Cannon, who painstakingly read all 8 drafts of my Common App essay, who's probably getting a little annoyed at these run-on sentences. You taught me what it meant to express myself as an individual. I could keep going for paragraphs about how the faculty at MPA has served as beacons for us. People who have always had our backs. I kid you not, I sometimes struggle to differentiate between some of the teachers and students here at MPA. I challenge you to close your eyes and talk to Miss Panic and Elijah on the same day. They are the exact same people. So, even if I have had my fair share of arguments with the faculty here at MPA, sorry, it is no understatement to say that they were the exact type of people we needed when we walked in. People who would toil away at our nonsense to guide us to a better future. So, back to the once wayward class of 22. Slowly, we began to grow closer, forming bonds and breaking away the natural distance between us. I witnessed firsthand Angel growing from sleeping through legitimately every single class to having a legitimate path and dreams. I saw Jada and Ignatius become perhaps the 2 most outwardly confident people I have ever met. It is impossible not to smile when you are around them. And I saw DJ become the sharp-witted genius we know him as today. Let me tell you, when we were in 7th grade, he would get yelled at by Mr. Malcolm every single day without fail. I don't know what he did. So, day in and day out, no matter what nonsense we went through, there was always going to be somebody who would try their hardest to get a laugh out of you. Somebody who was looking out for you. And that's what made us who we were. Each other. I still struggle to come to terms with the fact that I won't get to hug my best friends every day. Nor will I have the same reliable faces to look to on my hardest mornings. But it's okay. Because we all know that through thick and thin, we got each other's backs. Even if the days of screaming at each other during lunch are over, the memories we've made together and the people we have made each other become will last forever. I wish I could put better into words how proud I am of us. Because we are the class that could. We are the class that defines resilience, confidence, and independence. When MPA was tattered after COVID, we stepped up and took clubs over. We fought to better this home we reside in. Same kid that once barely had the drive to do his geometry homework found the drive to raise money for refugees in Ukraine despite being sick. The same students who only joined student council to skip class ended up being the ones who would lead to rebuild this school. So give yourself a pat on the back, because we did it. We all could have given up and isolated ourselves from the school until we got our little diploma and left, but we didn't. We stood up for each other, and we fought for this institution we call home. So, at the end of this day, when we walk away from Jones Bowl, it could be the last day we share together as our full class. Although we share no blood, no 2 backstories alike, and no dream the same, each of us shares a home. We all know the nerve-wracking excitement of Project Week, the grind to get open periods, and the opportunity to spend every single day with people who care about us. Rather than standing among classmates or friends, we stand among family. We get in debates, we bicker, and sometimes, just sometimes, we see eye to eye. But I wouldn't change a single thing about us. I doubt any of us would. Because we are the class that didn't give up. And when we walk away today, as adults, the memories and impact of our family, the class of 22, will live with us forever. Something I should have said a lot more in the past 4 years. I really love you guys. Thank you.
Okay. As the graduates come forward, they will receive their diplomas from Mr. Gerhazo, our upper school principal, and congratulations from our board chair, Ms. Heidi Ehrenberg. Brooke Anderson. Brooke has entertained us with her amazing athletic ability over the past 4 years, reaching the state tournament 3 times in tennis. Even if after the season was over, she shared her love of the sport with younger children for her passion project. Brooke easily developed close relationships with her tennis kids, and she taught them a lot. Upbeat and good-natured, with a great sense of humor, Brooke doesn't take things too seriously, even though she's like boo-hooing back here right now. She is also very artistic and took advantage of the full breadth of our visual arts curriculum. Her artistic vision has developed over the years, and her growth as an artist is remarkable. Her knack for making friends extends from her younger siblings to her classmates to our German friends from the student exchange a few years ago. She was one of our best ambassadors with the junior students, and teachers always extending a friendly smile and word of encouragement. She plans to study veterinarian science at Howard University. Brooke Anderson. Christopher Carter. We've seen Chris grow from a quiet freshman to a confident senior, comfortable on stage in this year's upper school musical, Big Fish. Funny and generous, always willing to stop and talk and help, Chris notices when people need an extra hand or a sympathetic ear. He is never too busy to take time to do the right thing and help those around him. He is genuine and sincere, and he has a kind and good soul. His natural curiosity makes him a valuable member of any conversation, and we are always interested in hearing what he has to add to a discussion. Christopher can usually be seen with a book in his hand or actively engaging in a conversation about something he has recently read. He is insightful and clever and always true to himself. He plans to study computer science at Illinois Wesleyan University. Christopher Joshua Edward Carter. Tiffany Chen. Ambitious and entrepreneurial are words that describe Tiffany perfectly. She has never met a challenge that she couldn't conquer. She sees challenges as opportunities to learn something new and hone her skills. She is a reliable student with a kind demeanor. When Tiffany tells you that she will get something done, there is never any doubt that it will be done, and done impeccably. Her business, Butterfly's Dream, has been her passion before she even knew about her passion project requirement. The best thing about her business is she has used the proceeds to go directly to donations for communities, including donations for masks and school supplies to those less fortunate. Tiffany is always working on the next big thing without much rest. We're proud that she expends an equal amount of energy in being the best person she can be. She plans to study business at Cornell University. Tiffany Chin. Jada Clayton. In her debut as stage manager of the school musical, Jada demonstrated her ability to organize groups of people and achieve a common goal. She not only helped with managing all of the details behind the scenes, she also acted on stage in a memorable role. At the other end of campus, she and Celia were a great pair of double tennis, always making the most out of each and every match. They were a memorable duo who always enjoyed playing and always encouraged each other. Jada is extremely artistic and always has an eye for details, from her wardrobe to her school projects. She has a good sense of humor and is a keen observer. On the Arts Council, she was enthusiastic about every project and contributed innovative ideas and paired that with her good attitude. Jada doesn't take things too seriously, but she is always going to stand up for what is right. She plans to study fashion design on an academic honors scholarship at Savannah College of Art and Design. Jada Lynn Clayton. Elijah Davis. Elijah is a hard-working student who is meticulous about all of the details. He has demonstrated significant flexibility over the past 2+ years, navigating the challenges of learning during a pandemic. Elijah never missed an opportunity to interact with his classmates and teachers via Zoom. He even carried out his passion project by using the Zoom platform to teach yoga lessons with help from his grandmother. He surprised all of us, including probably himself, with his natural ability to create yoga lesson plans and lead lessons over Zoom. Elijah is a sensitive soul who's mature and reasonable and driven. These are qualities that earned him the Drown Family Character and Citizenship Award and will continue to serve him very well as he pursues his professional passion of being a veterinarian. He plans to study animal science on a 4-year full ride at the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. Elijah Anthony Davis. Delgado. Sensitive and personal with an internal positive outlook, Solana has always been one of the best singing voices on campus. We heard it on stage during Chicago the Musical and Big Fish, and we heard it in the voiceover for the recording for her Passion Project video about protecting the oceans and marine wildlife. During her Project Week trip to the Florida Keys, we saw her passion for the ocean come alive. Solana has also found a second home in the basement of Hanson Hall. She has been an absolute rock star in the makerspace. What started out as helping Miss Shazi and Miss Terry quickly blossomed into her demonstrating her creative flair with the 3D printers and the Glowforge. For the majority of the second semester, if you couldn't find Solana, you would probably look in the makerspace. She plans to study engineering at the University of Wisconsin in Milwaukee. Solana Delgado. Rory Desmond. Rory Rory is always very detail-oriented and wants to make sure that he is completing tasks with precision and accuracy. Full of potential, he is a serious student who often sits back and takes it all in before he makes any moves. One of his best qualities is that he meets all challenges with perseverance and grit. He never gives up on anything. Rory is also top of the class when it comes to video games, a regular competitor in Super Smash Bros. Tournament who hosted his own tournament as part of a passion project this year. He was extremely patient in his project presentation, educating faculty and Mrs. Shepard about the difference between online and in-person gaming. He plans to study data science at DePaul University. Rory Desmond. Chelsea Dunlap. Chelsea has never met an animal that she doesn't like. She is an animal lover at her core, and we were all impressed by her methodical and devoted approach to raising caterpillars into butterflies. She invented creative names and continually evaluated her caterpillar raising process to make sure that she was doing the best things possible. Her love of animals is equally matched with her amazing artistic ability. Whether it is through her makeup, wardrobe, shoes, or canvas, we are always delighted to see her artistic talent shine. This year especially, Chelsea has devoted much of her free time to assisting with art classes. Not only has she done the everyday tasks of cleaning and organizing, but she has taken on much bigger roles, including helping to set up the rotating galleries and assisting the middle school art classes. Her independent passion and spirit for her beliefs will serve her well at the college level. She plans to attend the University of Illinois at Chicago. Chelsea Elizabeth Dunlap. Celia Echoes. Celia has been a powerhouse in MPA since she first started in 3rd grade. Celia is passionate about all of her endeavors, and when you ask her about what she would like to pursue in the future, the list is never ending. Her college study plans, as you will hear in a moment, capture a little bit of everything that she is passionate about. Celia is a positive, caring, empathetic, and strong leader. As a student council president, she displayed a good balance in her leadership style. She handles her many responsibilities with apparent ease and is mature beyond her years. Even when she was particularly finished with high school, she was still helping at admissions events last week. On the tennis court, Celia has been successful and especially unwavering in her support for her teammates. She also took on a group of Algebra 1 students that she helped tutor twice a week, and she was faithful and fantastic with her commitment to this opportunity. There is seemingly nothing that Celia can't do when she puts her mind and talents to it. She plans to attend the University of Michigan, where she will study mathematics, environmental science, and international studies with a focus on Mandarin. Celia Elaine Echoes. Ignatius Gaffney. Ignatius always reminds us what the term individual means. Over the course of his high school career, we have been treated to his magnetic and enthusiastic personality, which is always complemented by his big smile. He has helped transform the newspaper at MPA by making it more accessible to readers and also allowing many more opportunities for a variety of voices to be heard instead of just a few. On stage, he wooed us with his portrayal of Amos Calloway in Big Fish, and we enjoyed seeing his stage presence and how he played off of other characters in the different scenes. We look forward to seeing him continue his passions for the art and hopes that we will see him contribute in many different areas, including visual and performing arts. Selected by faculty this year as the most unforgettable senior, Ignatius is a catalyst for change, always thinking outside of the box and truly a student we will never forget. He plans to study on a Dean's Scholarship at Sarah Lawrence College. Ignatius Robert Gaffney. Jackson Glanton. Jackson engages his audience no matter what the venue. At the senior breakfast, he was a speaker who had us both laughing and crying as he described not only his growth at MPA, but his journey with his classmates. We have seen Jackson grow in confidence over the years and have enjoyed hearing him during classmate debates and at speech events off campus. His love for public speaking even extended into his passion project, which was teaching younger students about speech. Jackson has been a member of the Model UN speech team and Business Professionals of America, experiences that have drawn on his ability to stand up and speak in front of large groups of people. He has also found opportunities to participate in the student life at MPA, including playing trumpet in the band, working backstage for theater, playing baseball, and being active in student council. He plans to study sports journalism on a merit scholarship at Bradley University. Jackson Oliver Glanton. Jackson, Brooklyn also was selected by her classmates to speak at senior breakfast, and she perfectly captured the personality and contributions of each student in the senior class. She also accurately described how MPA friends are your friends for life. Brooklyn is a very honest and loyal friend, and it was heartwarming to hear her describe the class of 2022 as a family that had been through good and bad times and will continue to stay in touch through their group chat. Brooklyn has the ability to excel at anything she puts her mind to, and it was wonderful to see her return to the soccer field this spring and make an impact as a senior. She has an incredible, mature outlook on life and a knack for understanding what is happening around her and encouraging and supporting those who need it most. Her sweet smile and relaxed demeanor will be missed on campus next year. She plans to study business management at Michigan State University. Brooklyn Monroe Godfrey. Dylan Hagan. Dylan prefers not to draw a lot of attention to himself, usually quietly going about his business, observing others, and always being considerate and supportive of his classmates. But once he steps forward into the discussion, he is an enthusiastic and sharp conversationalist who loves to delve deeply into his areas of interest. In archaeology class, he was able to take what some might consider the dry and dusty history of ancient worlds and make it come alive. Dylan's curiosity and willingness to look at the problem from more than one perspective is one of his best strengths. A big sports fan, especially for the Cubs, Dylan played baseball and tennis and was always a consistent and reliable teammate. He also formed a tight bond with Mr. Pope's fourth graders when he visited their class to teach them about astronomy, as you can see whenever they saw each on campus this semester. He plans to study psychology at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. Dylan Patrick Hagan. Fez Hashmi. Fez loves everything about the Chicago Bulls and the NPA. Hopefully he's not too tired this morning after staying up late last night to watch the NBA Finals. He has been a regular on the tennis court and soccer field during his high school career and has been a solid contributor on both sports. He also has been a regular and reliable member of our service days at the Forest Preserve, diligently working from the time the bus drops us off until it's time for lunch. Vaz is never one to ask how much longer or are we done yet, and he puts 100% effort into each task. Introspectively, friendly, and grounded by his religious faith, Vaz likes to challenge himself, competing on a math team and consistently taking a challenging load of courses. He plans to study community health at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. Vaz Hashmi. Anya Haynes. Anya is a talented singer who has really grown in the theater program. Her performances in both Chicago the Musical and Big Fish displayed her natural talent and also highlighted her journey as an actress on stage. Anya is opinionated and true to herself. She has played a pivotal role in Arts Council this year and led several endeavors that have been school favorites, such as the Haunted House. We have been able to see her amazing middle school art projects transform into works of art that have evolved over her high school journey. Likewise, this next period of transition, it feels we have only seen the tip of the iceberg for her artistic talents and conveying her ideals. Anya is a hard worker both in and out of the classroom. In Mandarin class, she achieved membership in the National Chinese Honor Society, and she continually challenges herself with her course selections. During the summers, she has worked for the Park District in her town, which required lots of hours outside no matter what the weather. She plans to attend Lawrence University. Anya Haynes. Christian Ikedobi. Since he first came to MPA in 9th grade, Christian has impressed us all with his soccer skills. On the field, he demonstrated tenacity, patience, and a determination, and he automatically elevates the plane of his teammates. Throughout his high school career, he helped his club training to continue to make himself and his team better. We also will remember Christian for his presence at our Thanksgiving Turkey Bowl tournament. He definitely was the most passionate and intense football player in those cold, snowy, windy, and muddy flag football games. The winner of this year's service award, Christian's service record is remarkable not only for how many hours he has accumulated, but also for his commitment to continued and regular service to different organizations. Christian is STEM focused and is excellent at contributing to class discussions. He was able to display these skills at the recent Model UN conference this spring. He plans to study biochemistry on a pre-med track at the George Washington University. Christian Ikedobi. Manav Costa. Manav, what doesn't he do? He excels in every academic subject and is able to quickly make connections between previously learned material and different subjects. Manav is easy to identify in a debate as he is very outspoken and usually has an unlimited number of supporting documents, research, and facts to support his argument. He's been an active member of Model UN since freshman year, and this year he did an excellent job being the leader of this group. Manav is motivated and very passionate about just everything. His approach in discussions is always methodical and well considered. He is a student who always seems to anticipate the next challenge and have 5 different solutions for whatever obstacle he might face. A regular member of Student Council, he did an excellent job bringing back favorite activities while at the same time introducing new ways to contribute to the social life at MPA. He understood the challenges of returning to in-person learning at the beginning of the school year and worked hard with student council to add the social parts of school life back to MPA. He plans to study mathematics and economics at the University of Chicago, Monmouth Costa. Nyla Key. Kind and compassionate, creative and independent. Nyla is passionate about her interests, including a vast collection of houseplants, and is an excellent big sister to her younger siblings, even while learning remotely. She also has dedicated many hours of her family's daycare, where she was always willing to extend a helping hand. In the classroom or on the soccer field, Nyla is a strong and confident person who will always stand up for what is right. We will miss her good cheer and warm greetings on campus. She plans to study on a pre-dental track at Loyola University. Nyla Key. Ayana King. Ayana is a standout tennis star who competed at the state tournament 3 times and teamed up with Brooke to win a sectional title in doubles this year. Ayana is very social and funny with a good sense of humor. In all of her pictures since she was little, she is flashing her signature genuine smile. Ayana also has a good sense of style and seems to always be ready for the camera. She is a great older sister and an excellent helper with her family's daycare business. She even used her passion project to support children who needed it most, including collecting donations for infants and toddlers. Ayana has a sweet demeanor and a friendliness that extends to everyone she meets. We will miss her next fall, but it's no surprise where she is heading for college. As we saw her decked out in Spartan green and white for most of her high school, she plans to study psychology at Michigan State University. Dejaquan King. If it's not Ayana, it must be DJ, who has had the best smile on campus. Funny, sincere, and always authentic, DJ enjoys any competition, whether it's a student council, lunchtime race, the turkey bowl, or a sporting event. He is all in when it comes to participating in challenges or games. As a regular student council member, he contributed several amazing ideas over the years and has volunteered countless hours to all of the events. DJ is the one that you will find setting up an hour before an event, cleaning up an hour after an event, and working on the details of any event during his open periods and free time at school. He took his role as representative seriously and truly wanted to make sure that he was doing everything he could to include as many students as possible. DJ always found ways to challenge himself, whether it was through his coursework, his business professional club, National Chinese Honor Society, or student council. He even showed off his hidden talents in the chorus this year. We're confident that we have only just seen the beginning of what DJ is capable of, and we're looking forward to seeing him flourish. He plans to study economics on a 4-year full ride at the University of Wisconsin-Madison, Dejaquan Cornelius King. The next 2 students that I am going to read about are part of the class of 2022, but who are not here with us, but we still want to acknowledge them. Lydia Liu is an extraordinary bubble tea entrepreneur. In true Lydia fashion, she was able to use her analytical, mathematical, and scientific skills to determine which bubble tea flavor combinations would be the best and which would be most profitable. Lydia is an ambitious student who always takes the opportunity to take the most challenging courses and committed to consistently improving. She is friendly and hard worker who has a strong work ethic and a good sense of humor. She has always shared her creative skills with us and took the opportunity to take several art classes because she wanted to learn new skills. Lydia was a dedicated member of the math team throughout her high school career, and her consistent effort in all opportunities will continue to serve her well in college. She plans to study economics at New York University. Lydia Liu. Merlin Moe, quiet, sensitive, and introspective. Merlin has deep natural ability in mathematics that has earned him accolades throughout his high school career in state and even national competitions with the math team, the academic challenge team, and this spring, our own business professionals club. He was one of 3 students who qualified for the national conference where he took first prize in the banking and finance competition. Yet, beyond his intelligence and academic achievements, Merlin has really come into his own in his years at NPA. He has developed a mature confidence and has a naturally friendly nature that allows him to navigate a variety of social situations among peers and adults. We are so glad to see the accomplished, confident young man that he has become. Merlin plans to study applied mathematics at the University of California in Berkeley. Merlin Moe. Angel Osorio. Angel is very creative and has a unique way of looking at things. Always receptive to other people's thoughts and opinions, he is an excellent person to whom to have a conversation. In the second semester of his senior year, when most students are winding down with their activities, Angel started the Modern Day Book Club and demonstrated a strong initiative to make it happen. In addition, he also joined the Anime Club during the second semester and made significant contributions to this new club. Angel enjoys playing sports and will use his experience as an athlete to complement his major of sports management in college. He also loves to participate in different online gaming competitions, which made him a great fit for speaking to our 5th graders about the dangers of cyberspace, including topics like identity theft and online bullying, who always looks out for others. He plans to study sports management at Eastern Illinois University. Angel Osorio. Gigi Rabida. Gigi has been a tremendous addition to the senior class, a perfect example of a young woman we only wish we had met sooner. Gigi is super friendly, helpful, and an organization queen who has been extraordinarily helpful to both Ms. Strown and Mrs. Panic through her organization skills. Gigi is a very caring individual and is always willing to lend a hand whenever and wherever she can. She has become an expert in the makerspace, contributing both her time and her talents to different creations with both the 3D printer and the Glowforge. Gigi also has unlimited talents as a baker, and we have all been able to benefit from her delicious creations in the kitchen. Last night, Gigi received our annual award that recognizes contributions to student life as voted on by members of Student Council. Quite an accomplishment considering she has only been here for a year. We wish it had been longer. She plans to study computer science on a merit scholarship at St. Xavier University. Gigi Rabida. Darren Rogers. Darren is extremely passionate about swimming. Throughout his high school career, he achieved consistent success in the pool and represented his club swim team at nationals this year and earned the attention of many college programs. Always friendly and social, he is an active participant in classroom and student life. As a member of student council, Darren was always looking for ways to involve students. He was one of the first to arrive at an event and one of the biggest cheerleaders, no matter if it was a lunchtime competition, dodgeball, volleyball, or more relaxed kickback event. In the Turkey Bowl games, you could always count on him to be a dominating force on the flag football field. His cheerful attitude always brought fun and entertainment to any event. He plans to study computer engineering and swim competitively at Howard University. Darren George Rogers. Hannah Sippage. We're not really sure how it's going to work, but we're trying to see if there's a way that Hannah can stay on a 5th year as our yearbook editor. We are not sure how we're going to do it without her next year. Hannah is a true definition of an MPA lifer, as she has been a regular on campus for nearly 20 years since she was in the womb. She is mature, organized, a good leader, and someone who can always count on to take every project to the nth degree. Her advisory group was always a clear favorite to win any door decoration contest because of her creativity and her hard work. Hannah is passionate about human rights, especially the importance of voter registration. During the 2020 election season, she was a constant voice of encouragement to anyone who was old enough to vote, and she centered her passion project on getting the message out about voter registration. Hannah is thoughtful and creative in her work, and her precision and attention to detail have been important factors in the success of our yearbook. We will miss seeing her in the hallways and classrooms with her camera, ready to capture the best moments of MPA campus life. She plans to attend Butler University on a merit scholarship, studying political science with a minor in critical communications and media. Hannah Lynn Sippage. Mia Wallace. Mia is a quiet yet fierce soul, a loyal and compassionate friend. In her Project Week trip to the Florida Keys, they were always engaged with everything the group was doing, whether it was at the Turtle Hospital, swimming with the dolphins, or simply watching ocean documentaries on the bus. They truly live life to the fullest and look to enjoy every moment. Mia expressed true friendship throughout her high school by always being a person that other students could lean on for support and encouragement. From volleyball to soccer to even powerlifting, their athletic talents shine brightly on any field or court. Moreover, Mia is a creative and talented artist, and we are looking forward to seeing their artistic journey and the continued development of a unique artistic voice. They plan to study business at Dominican University. Mia Page Wallace.
Well, graduates, would you like to stand up? We will now move our tassels. And we just graduated!
Thank you for all coming. Thank you all for coming today. Our new graduates will leave first, so if you can please remain seated to receive their guests around the semicircle in Jones Bowl. Please remember to look for our school photographer, Diego, if you'd like a family photo. Thank you.